The idea is that we're not actually getting this show just because we're good. It's because people are scared, and I've got pictures. My name is Rex Thompson, and I'm dying. We all are. This is my story. A few years ago, my thyroid went bad, and I ended up in the hospital for a while. And when they got ready to let me out, they told me two things. Number one, I could never drink again, and number two, I was gonna die.
It takes all you got just to stay on your feet when you're alone on the ground. And the people you meet get stranger in time as the world spins around.
So, I did two things. First thing, I got a better doctor. And he managed to get a little time added onto the end of the whole thing. And second of all, I made a bucket list of everything I wanted to do, and I set out to do it all. And top on that list was, I wanted to be an artist. I've been drawing since I was born, basically, and there have been some brushes with success, and I had my hopes crushed more than once, but now I kind of thought to myself, if I was checking out, I was going to live the rest of my days the way I wanted to. So I quit the job I was working and started tending bar at night. And during the day, I would draw and draw and draw, and I would draw all these giant pointillisms that were 6 feet wide and 3 feet high. So a friend of mine sent me this note about a contest. The Loki Music Festival was having a contest. What they were looking for was an artist to do an original art poster for their music festival. So I thought, that sounds like a perfect blend of my love of music and my love of art. Since it was a brand new music festival, I had no idea what it was going to be like. So I decided that I would make a poster out of everything I hoped would be at a music festival. So I drew all the different crazy things that I wanted to see coming to the festival with me. There's robots and Batman and spaceships and floating eyeballs and parachutists and pirates. I mean, I thought that would make a good festival. And what do you know? I won.
I haven't seen you smile in a long, long time, and your silence about.
When I showed up to claim my prize, I had the high-end camera I just bought myself with the profits from the sale of one of my art pieces. I picked up the camera for better photo reference for my art, but it was going to take me in an all-new direction. When the promoters saw it, they offered me media credentials to go into the photo pits and even on stage during the shows and take some shots. It was kind of scary and extremely challenging, but I quickly forgot all my worries and found myself lost in trying to capture those perfect moments. That split second when every expression, every light, and every sound gelled into something greater than the sum of the pieces. There and then, Rexivision was born. I end up backstage watching Keller Williams teach his song Freaker by the Speaker to Traveling McCurry's. And then another day I'm just on stage with Keller watching one of my favorite guitarists play. Sometimes I'm in front of like one of the biggest DJs in the world like Tiesto. Hey, is that a shark? And all of this, no band has helped me more than cornmeal. My doctors noticed the more cornmeal shows I went and saw, the more concerts in general, but cornmeal in specific, the healthier I got. It was like the love I was getting from cornmeal was healing me. I love the band. They're a bizarre blend of psychedelic jam band music and old school bluegrass. Whenever anybody comes to me and asks me why I love cornmeal so much, I say the same thing every time. It's the music. I should probably tell you a little bit about a band named Mo. Some people think I'm one of those crazy fans. But look, I just want to be mayor of the Modown Music Festival. It's a life goal. We'll just call it a bucket list thing, okay? Year after year, I seem to lose. But next year is going to be different.
I like your sash. Excellent.
It's yours.
Shelly is the sash girl.
Down so they don't fall off.
I'm shooting from neck down. So that.
Hat all day.
Whoa. We're getting a little naughty. Now,
Take the picture.
I'm not taking a picture. I'm shooting a video.
You are.
Yes. How long did this one take?
Maybe about 10 hours.
10 hours.
Yeah. It has 2 secret pockets.
It's not all that secret if you're revealing it in the video.
They get better and better.
They do get better and
Keep wearing
better.
them out. I'll keep
I will be
making more.
wearing this with pride for quite a while.
Shelly, can I please have my sash?
Come on.
Ain't nobody did nothing, so I scared up the foe.
I think the one thing that it helped us with is looking at some of these songs that we've played for a while. You get used to doing them a certain way, and it's doing that kind of makes you look at them in a new light, like you have to look at them critically again instead of just saying, oh, this is how the song goes. We had to rearrange things for playing them acoustically. That kind of helps when you go into the studio. You're not locked into arrangements and feels you were a little bit more able to rearrange and change up what the songs actually were and give them a different treatment.
So, you know, it'd be like if somebody sent you out on a gig with an Instamatic, an iPhone, and a Brownie or something and said,
pinhole
okay, here.
camera.
Yeah, you know.
Improvise.
Yeah, you know.
But make it look right, too.
Yeah, well, that's right. Well, or just make it look right for the tools that you're using, but still we want something usable at the end of the day. We still need photographs and we want something that people are going to enjoy looking at. So,
Do some art.
yeah.
On the fly.
Just stood on his rock in the wind of the cold.
Are you getting Sideband Envy, or is there going to be a Chuck Darby experience coming out?
No, certainly not that.
See, I already bought the Chuck Darby Experience website thing,
You did?
so
So you're pushing for it.
just, well,
I'm going to have to buy it from you?
that was kind of
Or sue?
I don't know that you can sue per se. You know, I'm not sure how all that internet stuff works.
Either do I.
My thought was to plant the idea in Chuck's head with the name, and just kind
And then I'd get it rolling and then I'd be stuck and
Yeah.
you'd have me like,
Right.
yeah, nice. I'm done.
Well, you're almost done. We had a big election yesterday, a big nationwide election, and next year we have the big presidential election. And I was wondering if you guys have any thoughts on the political process and perhaps the front runners for next year's election for mayor of Modown.
I think there's going to be a scandal in the mayoral race at Modown.
There have been several scandals already.
I think some people are going to come forward and make some claims, and I think any candidate for mayor is going to have to be fast on their feet.
Excellent.
Very fast.
Good advice for whoever that person or persons may be. Or inanimate objects.
Right.
Or even Bob Weir.
That's right.
My suggestion, your final roll-up, even have your debate or whatever you're going to do with a side stage thing.
Debate.
And then, let's say by Saturday evening, the polls close.
Yeah.
The winner has won. That's it. The people have spoken. Your thing is done. You don't take up any time on stage. And then the mayor gets to preside, gets to reign over Modown for... Right, for the remaining 36 hours of Modown, maybe even...
Victory lap on Sunday. That's a good idea.
Yeah, victory lap. Maybe even come up and MC something, or I'm not going to go so far as have a speech, an acceptance speech, but something. This is what I'm saying.
My thought on that whole one is that at the end of it, whoever won should actually spend the next year being mayor, promoting the festival, that kind of stuff.
Right, fulfilling their duties as as ambassador of Motown. Right. Yeah. I don't think that's ever happened. Although there are people who have embraced that spirit, Bear Song Gary and Hodge certainly, would go on, and they've always been pretty active in their pursuit of all things Mo.
Yeah.
In the middle of interviews, I asked bands to endorse me. Look what I taught the Yonder Mountain String Band into. Have you guys ever heard of the band Mo?
Yes, yeah.
Have you ever heard of their little festival they have called Motown?
I think so. We've been there. We've been there.
Excellent. On the last day, they have an election. I don't know if you were there. If you were talking to anybody or any Mo fans, do you have anybody you'd like to endorse for mayor next year?
This guy named Rex. We like to endorse free and fair elections. I guess we get Jimmy Carter and the UN down there and make sure all the votes are good, right? And we'll endorse you, Rex.
I think Rex should win. I mean, as opposed to a pair of shorts or like a house plant.
Hair or house plant.
That's ridiculous.
Or
you need somebody who can actually interact with the issues that are coming up for today and for the hippies and liberals and freaks of today.
And tomorrow.
And I think unless you have a sash of some kind, and I don't know if there is a sash I could wear to.
Oh my God!
Hey, the thing. I don't know. What is this? It says Zer.
No, vote
Rex. Rex. You see what I'm saying? A houseplant can't pull this off.
No.
And neither can a pair of shorts.
Now, that blood is not my blood, but I'm just saying, that guy won't talk about anything anymore.
There is a smell.
Now we'll see what you get out there. There won't be excellent.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Alright, vote Rex or he'll kill you. Hey, is this Keller Williams, bluegrass legend Del McCurry and his sons, the Traveling McCurrys?
Vote Rex!
I mean, Allie Crawl from Cornmill has her own sash, for God's sake.
And nobody is forever done it all. Hoist your anchor, damn the weather, answer the call, answer the call. Vote for Rex. A moment ago.
I said vote Rex. The Rex?
So hoist your anchor.
Yeah. I would vote for Rex for mayor of Motown. Hands down, best candidate ever.
Thank you very much. And your name is?
I'm Liz Schweitzer, or Disco Titties. Vote for Rex. No movies. Vote for Rex.
Hi, I'm Jim Palmer. This is my family. I can call these folks the front row family. Oh, Rex.
Yeah, vote Rex.
Thank you.
I would like them to vote you the mayor of Motown.
Who am I?
Rex! I'm so sorry.
No, that's even better.
It's funny. The best part of the crazy life I live now isn't all the great music I get to hear or all the amazing places I get to go on my crazy little journeys. The best part is all the wonderful people I've gotten to meet. It's every type of personality under the sun, all with one unifying passion, their love of music and living the life that makes them happy. There's a family of these folks stretching from coast to coast, and they welcome me with open arms into their fold. It's like every music festival, every concert I ever go to is going home.
Your name is, sir?
Cleveland.
For the record, yeah, just leave the last name off because the government.
What really sets the Bear Creek Music Festival apart from all the rest of the big parties, though, is its vibe. All the bands, all the music, it was all chosen for one thing: keep the feet moving and the love flowing.
My name's Mikey. I am Talk of Thunder. Talk of Thunder Security. It's a nickname as a business based on my love of working security in the music industry. I've actually found that the best tool for working security is your verbal skills. Your ability to relate to somebody and not talk down to them, but talk to them.
At a music festival, I have to wear a lot of hats and do a lot of jobs. This particular festival, I got an interesting one from my boss. He got some swag for us with the Honest Tune logo printed on thongs and asked me if I could possibly go out, pass them out to ladies, get them to try them on, and maybe even get a picture or two. It's a rough job, but I do it.
You can get a back shot.
You do something pretty helpful for society. What is it you do, Cindy?
I'm a pediatric cardiologist.
So you operate on little kids' hearts?
Rex, you're a little bit off base there. I don't actually operate. That's what surgeons do.
All right. So what is it you do then? Describe what a pediatric cardiologist does.
Well, a pediatric cardiologist is a pediatric specialist. So, a general pediatrician, you take your child, you check them out. A pediatric cardiologist is a person that the pediatrician will send the child to if they have any concerns, or if a child is born or has a prenatal condition or one that was detected before birth. They'll visit the cardiologist so we can plan about how to treat and diagnose exactly what's going on, and then if surgery is required, coordinate that with the surgeons and follow them afterwards, because if you have a heart condition, basically you have a condition for life.
You bring the art and the creative thinking and the thinking outside of the box to the medical field.
Yeah, well, and actually what I do primarily now is research, because
Yes.
I mean the plan is to improve the lives of children who are born with heart conditions, because as we mentioned, they have heart conditions for life, and a lot of them struggle as they grow older.
So you basically have dedicated the professional part of your life.
Almost all of my life, it feels like, Rex. Years and years and years.
But if there's something to dedicate your life to, I mean, is there anything nobler than helping little kids who are born sick get better and move forward in their lives?
I don't think so, Rex. And it's also very, very fascinating.
We've gotten so isolated. We're in our homes all the time now. We've got these giant televisions, and we've got the surround sound, and we've got the computers, and everything's piped into the homes. And there's an element of fear to the world anymore. I mean, everybody's brutalized by the day-to-day events, and they're withdrawing. And events like this, they bring everybody back out. At the end of the day, we gather back together for food, friendship, and song.
I may not have a mansion. I haven't any land. Not even a paper dollar.
I love this thing. Look, it's all cold. You gotta love that.
What is that?
The guy singing Rex Division in the crowd.
You just heard Rex Division being sung in the crowd.
You heard that too, right? Oh.
Yeah.
Somebody heard that. That was Burke.
Gingerlicious, that's me. I live in New Orleans. I do New Orleans, Louisiana. Been there for about 4 years. Moved there post-Katrina, and I've been trying to be part of rebuilding it. Just like there's light shows and things like that, well, we're a human, physical, visual presence of representation of the music.
A stunning one at that.
Well,
I mean, seriously, it's ridiculous.
Thank you.
There. How are you?
Now we're here with
the mayor.
No, I'm not the mayor. Good God, don't
He should
get me in
be.
on this.
He should be.
All right, and don't get me started on that either.
Best candidate.
Best candidate. I'll take that compliment. So, have you heard of a band named Mo?
I have heard of him very much. So.
Have you ever seen those guys play in concert?
Over 100 times.
Over 100 times.
Probably close to the 200 range.
Close to the 200.
Been seeing them since '94.
Okay. So, all right.
First show was Broadway Joe's.
Have you ever been to or heard of their little festival called Modown?
11 of 12. I've been
11 of 12. I'm liking the numbers on this.
I missed number 2.
Missed number 2. You had a doctor's thing. Did you have a note? Did it count?
Yeah, I don't know if I had a note. I can't remember.
Yeah. So what's this way? Hello. That's like $5. Very
nice.
$5 a kiss.
Every year there's controversy.
Well, yeah, that's, Rob or Alex. I'm back in it again.
I'm glad to hear it.
Miss a step.
Glad to hear it.
The vote rights
You campaign hard year round. I follow you on
Campaign
Facebook.
round year hard. Would you come, please, join us for a second? And what we're saying is, if you had to pick a candidate for mayor of Modown, who would you like to recommend to the people?
Vote Rex. Vote Rex.
Rex. That's what I always have.
Rex Salvation.
Yes.
Rex Salvation.
Since the dawn of humanity, we have tried to find a way to express the thoughts and visions inside our minds. The world was scary to those who did not understand it, and in trying to define what they saw, art was born. Caveman used ash and charcoal to depict grand scenes of the hunt, which would then dance in the firelight, bringing their art to life. Throughout our history, inspiration has caused us to create so many different things in so many different ways. Music, art, writing, engineering all come from the same place inside ourselves. The form may change, but the common thread is wanting to bring a piece of oneself to a thing, to make it personal and unique. Be it a melody, a brushstroke, or a turned phrase, everyone is trying to say something from their heart and to share what makes them who they are. You guys have like a visual riot on stage with you.
I do a lot of the visual aspects of all the band, and that's always been a dream of mine since the very beginning to get to really find the meeting point of music and art. Rubble Bucket's definitely been a work in progress this whole time of incorporating the visual element more and more. As a collective, we're really musicians at heart, for sure.
How would you guys describe one of your live shows to people?
Oh yeah, I have a good quote for this. When people were asking me what Omega Lala meant, the name of our CD, I was like, Omega Lala is a certain attitude, say like a still frame of someone mid-air with like a spark plug coming out of their nose and one tit out of their bra, and like just like in full spunky party mode.
There's no nudity on stage though.
Not on stage.
Not yet. I mean, our music video, man, that's another story.
Yeah. I've seen a giant rubble bucket out in front of your shows a couple of times. Are those people here? Do you have diehard fans who follow you?
Oh
Can you
yeah, that was
answer anything
for us.
for me to help me?
I mean, we've had rubble buckets with us on stage. They're just buckets. Any old bucket will do. I just have everyone's random rubble that they leave. I have it all in my closet.
If you walk around a music festival, you're going to see a lot of folks with easels out, and they're just going to be painting live and in person. That kind of artistic daring is amazing to me, that they can just stand there, absorb what's coming into them, and paint it. Express it live as it happens. It's just, it's mind-boggling. Some of these painters paint in completely different styles from the person next to them, and yet it's all of a theme. They're all using the same inspiration to make art. Artists are combining past and present and mixing medias and doing whatever they can to make something new, to make art.
First time he sent me back, he had painted Yonder Mountain String Band in Rothbury, Michigan. John Fishman played drums with them. And at this festival later in the year, I brought the painting. So he asked me to take the painting back to get John Fishman to sign it. And because I'm so old, I would have recognized the Rolling Stones or Led Zeppelin, but I wasn't really sure who John Fishman was, so I'm backstage with the painting to get signed by someone I didn't know who it was. And I brought a print to give to John Fishman. And I waited, and the guy said, "Ma'am, you waited a long time. Shall I take it in and get it signed?" And he brought it back, and he said he autographed the painting, but he said to give you back the print. He didn't want you to make money off the signature. And I said, "You didn't listen to me. That was a gift for him." So the guy grabbed me by the arm and went and introduced me to John Fishman. And that that may have been instrumental in part of why they left Odinetto in the movie Fish 3D.
This is our little gallery. There's not very much room for artists to spend $800 on a booth space, and this place is gracious enough to give this space for free. We all get tickets, we all get to paint, and then we all donate a piece to charity. All these kids paint live, which is an unbelievable, great thing to watch while you're having a great time listening to some of the best music you've ever heard. And they get inspired by what they hear, and this kind of energy, you have to grab onto it while you can. They all do collaborations, everybody works together. It's a real beautiful community here, I really believe that. Yeah, I'm actually a leathersmith. I do guitar straps and belts and dog collars, and I hand-carve leather posters. This is Megan McKendry. She's also known as Vagabond Arts. She makes agate necklaces, and she's all kinds of different semi-precious and precious stones. And she figures out, what kind of motivation you need and what kind of problems you're having in your life. And she uses the Earth's powers to try to give you that kind of energy. And dude, this is the first one I ever made. These are the new hip pouches I'm starting to make.
I'm seeing these. I think I've seen a couple of these on some folks.
They've got hidden pockets in them. They've got nice little stone pockets in them. They're nice and soft. She carries her energy around there. She's got her tail.
Carries her energy. I'm sorry, I am going to grab your tail up in there.
You can bend it a little bit. Give her a little touch. Yeah.
Okay.
He's Papa.
My people. My people.
The people.
The artists. I have the fans.
I forgot.
I am Maggie Hardy. And Megan McKendry of Vagabond Arts. They call me Imagination.
Bringing a connection to your food, bringing a connection to your life, bringing a connection to the things you put in your body is one of the things that Technoflora is helping you do. They're helping you raise and grow the food yourself. What they do is an important and wonderful thing for the society. They show up at all these festivals. There's a sign up there from the 2011 festival guide. They were at all these festivals. And the interesting thing is, minus say one or two of them, I was at all these festivals with them. Now, these guys have endorsed my campaign for mayor, which is just a little bit of silly wookery. It's the kind of silliness they're into. But at night in their booth, when the bands have stopped, they play music for everybody. They set up a nice fire over here, and they give everybody a place to congregate. And once again, it's just that fellowship and that love. They come out, and not only do they promote their own business, which of course, it makes the world go round. You can't fault them for that in any way, shape, or form. The business that they've chosen is one that helps society. And then after that, even in their fun, they're helping society by bringing everybody together.
After the Bear Creek Music Festival, I managed to get Jason Goodman from Technoflora on the phone with me from his home in Costa Rica.
The funny story. Technoflora was put together in 1996, which is a year that doesn't come by mistake. In 1995, our beloved father, Jerry Garcia, rest in peace, passed away. He'd always had an interest in gardening. There were very few quality choices for hydroponic fertilizer, high quality, soluble, complete fertilizers available in the marketplace. And we decided to come together as a team, apply the values and morals that we had developed during our life around the community of the Grateful Dead, and try and apply those to a business model and see if we couldn't make a go of a company and run it much like we ran a tour family and see how that would work.
Well, did you get your kit?
Not yet, no.
You've never gotten one?
No, I've not.
Really?
All the times I've been here, I never have.
All the times you've been there, you've never gotten a kit?
No, I haven't.
There you go.
We want to associate ourselves with people who are of that jam community primarily because there's a value system, a camaraderie, a level of acceptance and understanding of lifestyles, be they alternative, normal, different, use whatever word you want, but there's an acceptance level of individual choice that we have always identified with. And it's something that we bring to our style of management at the corporate level, back at the office in Vancouver.
Technoflora has been around for 15 years. We manufacture plant nutrients and fertilizers. And what we do, we ship things nationally and internationally as well too. And we are promoting on our festivals throughout the year our Recipe for Success starter kit. It has 10 of our incredible products, and it helps people to learn about gardening and to start their own gardens as well. We've made it so easy. You just have to go to www.technoflora.com, and from there it's easy.
New hires come in who have absolutely no idea what the Grateful Dead or Fish or string cheese or Moe or cornmeal, no idea what the jam world is.
It's been a blast. We've made a lot of memories this summer.
When you starting out, I mean, what do you got to do?
Jamming the Dam is next.
Bring what your skills are to the table, and you will prosper along with the company. Sit back and be a sheep and just try and do the bare minimum, and you won't last here. Many of the things that we do at Technoflora are not things that I thought of or things that I could have ever envisioned, but that came from places within other individuals. For me, as a business manager, my strongest asset really is my staff, and empowering people to be the best they can. When you have a team like that around you, your company just can't fail.
The saddest part about any good thing is that it ends. The last day of a music festival, I run around and say goodbye to everybody.
I think your last name is Funkin' Jam. Strangely enough.
It's Sherman. It's Funkin' Yum.
She makes shirts for everybody, and not just little T-shirts like the crappy ones I have, but big, beautiful, for realty shirts. The earlier in the morning, the more likely people are to have golf carts if they're up and moving.
It's because we're lazy. There's 104 of them this year for our family.
Because it
gets bigger.
You just hit on one of my favorite things.
Every year.
You called it a family, and that's kind of what I like to think of this as being. I'm out trying to gather a family that I didn't know I had already. By the way, you owe me several years worth of Christmas presents. I'm just throwing that out there.
Everything in this picture is actually a story from our campsite over the course of the past year.
I just love you too, sweetie. Hi, Ananda.
Hi, Rex.
Ananda is one of the best people in the entire planet. I met you here, didn't I?
Yeah, right over there.
And how did that happen?
How did that happen? It was the Funky Meters. Come on.
Weren't you just kind enough to just see pain in me and start rubbing my shoulders out of kindness?
Yeah. I do that to everybody, though.
She desperately doesn't want me to feel special, but that's just her bit.
But weren't you the only one who got a back rub that day?
Ananda's one of those people that you find out there following her love. This is what we've been talking about all weekend long. She's I guess the funk goddess. Is that good enough? Funk goddess.
I just like the funk music.
Ananda is one of the people we'd like to bring out on the road with us next year. If the evil corporate overlords agree to our silly little plan. Like Bird.
I don't think you should call them evil on camera.
Our beloved corporate masters, who have our best interests at heart, really, in the end. I love our corporate masters. A little teared up about this whole thing. Oh. Space is infinite in most directions. I was just reading about all the different things from space that can kill us, just with no warning at all. Like there's rogue stars, like a quarter of the size of our sun, which is still like, I don't know, billions of times bigger than Earth, just shooting through space right now. Just giant asteroids that we haven't seen, all this stuff whizzing around, and we're just a rock floating through space. And I don't know what religion you are, and I'm not trying to cast any kind of thought in that direction. I'm just saying, whatever you believe, at this point you at least agree that we're all on a planet. I guess there's some transitory folks who believe that we're a solidified vibration and that we are all part of the same giant song that the universe sings. And I'm not arguing that. I kind of even like that description of the universe. But everything else aside, you can't argue that there's giant things whizzing past us at all times. And we get lucky, and most of it doesn't hit us, but, you know, talk to the dinosaurs. They ain't feeling that lucky. There's a point here. I know I'm kind of coming around it the long way and everything. Any moment, something could happen. Any moment, something could come and take you away. And you have to cherish these moments that you have together, and you have to be sure and let everybody know how you feel about them in the moments that you are here. On a case-by-case basis, go to your friends and your family and your loved ones and tell them that you love them. And I really recommend doing that every chance you get, because you might not have another chance. You might not see them.
The funk may live in New Orleans, but sometimes it comes to the Bear Creek Music Festival to visit. Let's meet the trio.
We're here with George Porter. A lot of folks will say the funkiest man alive. How long have you been playing the bass? This is kind of touching into how long this lady's been with you.
The meat has been together for 40 some odd years, what, 45, 46 years? 40, how long we been together? 44 years, right? So I was playing bass like at least 3 years before we got together, so I would guess it's 47, 48 years.
So you could easily say that the two biggest loves of your life are bass and the lady right here.
Absolutely. Wife, bass.
Okay.
Bass, wife. Bass, wife.
Okay.
Turn that around.
Okay.
Bass, wife.
Okay, she said that.
I'm second.
You're at home stretches of time. Do you ever just screw with them? Do you just move the furniture around or some little George straps or something?
I have done that, and he's come home and fell over a chair and say, "Ari, you moved the furniture." Yes, I did.
If you're in New Orleans on a Thursday, you're popping out with the trio as you're getting ready to do here. How many bands would you say you're in currently?
5.
5? Oh, that's nothing.
Well, that's not bad. That's not bad. You know, and you know, that's how many bands I'm in.
Okay.
You know, and then there's probably another, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7, you know, set-ins. You know.
Basically, George really don't do anything at home except play music.
Your time's too valuable to us musically for all of that stuff, you know. I mean, if you need somebody to take out the trash, I will pop down and run the trash out. If that means Mr. Porter could please be practicing some more.
I don't ask him to do anything because his hands is $1 million hands. So I don't want him cutting them. I don't want him to do anything with them.
Do you guys have any marriage tips? I mean, 44 years just in a regular relationship's amazing, but being with somebody who travels, I mean, anything?
You know, I'm learning more in these later years that, you know, you just have to start making more time for each other, you know. You know, I mean, sometimes you just have to start knocking out spots, chunks of spots, and you say, well, this is what we're going to do, you know. Leave the bass at home, I'll leave the sequencers at home. So, you know, I will take the computer and I will take the phone, but, you know, and, you know, I may borrow and borrow it, you know, maybe take, you know, in other words, if there's this, you know, maybe an hour a day, you know, but I mean, I want to see if I can detox, you know. I mean, it's something I haven't done before, so let's try it.
Yeah, sitting on a beach in the islands might be the place for it. Now here's the question,
I don't know about sitting on the beach.
Oh.
You know, they got big fish in their water out there.
I'm not saying go sit in the ocean. I don't know if you know how this works, but on the beach, you're kind of safe from the fish. At least most of them. I mean, you should be.
All right.
I want to know what beats this. My last question I always ask folks, is there anything I should have asked you, but I just didn't think of because I've been too busy or I've been running around or I left my notes back in the tent or anything like that?
Yeah. How much in love are we?
How much in love are you?
Very much.
Can we get, I hate to ask, but can we get a little kiss for the thing? Or is that, no, me.
Oh, all right.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good day. This is creepy.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, look, it's Freak Bass in the bathroom.
The best place to text. Here in the bathroom.
The most obvious question, do you usually take company with you to these things?
Always. This guy rides with every show.
Excellent.
He's been coming around, yes.
Sir?
He'll speak in a little bit. He's a little shy.
I'll be all right. George and I played last night with Koch.
I understand it turned into a little bit of a face-off over there.
It was great. Yeah, it was nice. You know, he was holding one way, I was holding the other, and they worked together. Almost every sit-in I've had this weekend has been with two bass players. It's been awesome. Loved it. Growing up in Cincinnati, always been a big funk scene there, so it was just kind of naturally was drawn to it. And so, you know, I started playing bass, got my first real bass probably when I was about 14 or 15. Yeah, and just kind of never looked back. I've got kind of a certain thing I do, and hopefully that's one little ingredient to the sound, and we just kind of add it to everything above. So,
are you like an artist at large at this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, and that's the kind of party that Bear Creek is.
It's the best music festival ever. Because I mean, we were talking about this earlier. I mean, besides just the playing side of it, the community. You know, usually every festival you do, you pop in and pop out, and then you're gone. And so this one, the chance to hang with other musicians, sit in, it's just awesome. It's great.
Well, Freak Bass, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy bathroom time.
Right, I got to get back to work here.
Right.
So I'll see
Thanks,
you guys
folks.
soon. Close the door behind you.
Yes.
All right, bye-bye.
Next division. We'll bug you on the toilet.
Microphone.
How long have we been doing the trio stuff? Ever since the late 90s, we used to do it at a place called Funky Butt, you know, and then when Funky Butt ended, Wednesday nights at the Point in Algiers on the West Bank, which was around 1999, I think. And,
we're not going to be fact-checking dates. It's okay.
Yeah, and then me and George said this is pretty cool, and we'll keep changing the third person. You know, so it became where we had, like, you know, a bunch of guys and gals that would like to play with all different styles of music, but would, you know, be a different person every week, you know. And then he come around again, like Eric Tribe plays a lot. Junior Amagishi, he became like the number one pick, you know.
Yeah, the most frequent guest.
Yeah. And so in 2000 we made a nice record with Junior live at the Point. We just improvise and we just play when we feel like playing. We don't talk about the music before we play. We don't discuss forms or keys or anything. We just play and improvise and make variations on it. And I just try, basically try to, you know, provide a nice cushion kind of beat, you know. Eventually I started throwing in poems that I wrote, you know, since 1966 out. You know, we'd be vamping on a groove and making a nice vamp, and I just started reciting the old poem that I wrote, you know. So that we started integrating that. Almost some people think of songs, you know, because they have gained some tonality, although I'm not a singer. I just call them poems with funk beats. To me it all sounds like drums.
So you just had Jennifer Hartswick and Freak Bass up there.
I didn't know Freak was going to play, man. That was a surprise. That was a real happening. Boy, he's solid, man. He's got a fat-ass groove, man.
He pops and he snaps with the best of them.
His beats around like planets, man.
Nice.
You know, he has a beat. That boy got a beat, man. This round is a Saturn, Jupiter. When we take a break at the Maple Leaf, my wife always makes cookies at home. Fresh cookies. Oh, my mother-in-law. And so every Thursday night at the Maple Leaf, at intermission, we have cookies.
Oh,
cookies and milk, bro.
Excellent.
Bring your own milk.
Oh, we got to bring our own milk.
Peace and love, bro.
That's up.
So now I have a new life that I love more than anything I ever imagined. I get to travel, I get to meet all kinds of interesting people, and I get to hear all the music I love. And next year, I'm going to go out and I'm going to film a TV show about all this craziness. See you in 2012 for the Year of Rock Citizen.
I'd probably kill you if I wasn't already wasted. I might want to regret this. I wouldn't take the chance that I might forget how to put you out of everybody's way. Just so damn fabulous, you didn't even think of saving something. I thought of first just didn't make it. You ended up just like me, so much better. I've earned off long neck bottles, while I raced in circles round the women I know and the things I bought. How I may someday find you 2 steps behind with your hands tied.